Welcome to 5 Minutes for the Next Generation of Change. This video will tell you how we can make some change. Everybody wants change, whether it be term limits for congressmen or Supreme Court term limits. How about a balanced budget, which is like balancing a federal checkbook? Yikes. Or maybe you want weapons outlawed that kill more than 20 people at once. Or maybe the right to decide your own body's healthcare solutions. If you want any of those, you want to change our precious Constitution. These are not willy-nilly changes. So there's a process in our Constitution that allows 3 ways for change. There's Congress, or we can do state ballots with citizens asking state legislatures to ask Congress to make change. Or, thirdly, state legislatures who vote and call a convention of states. But Congress is broken. It looks more like an episode of the reality show Real Housewives of Washington, D.C. Productivity is the worst in history. The cost to be elected a congressman is 6 times higher than it was in the year 2000. Don't get me started on money. Congressmen are too busy running for re-election to worry about passing legislation. Look at Matt Gaetz and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. They did not use political action committees, called PACs. They took small donations from real people, thousands of real people. Now back to the 3 methods to amend our precious Constitution. In the last 12 years, at most 122 congressmen have agreed to change the Constitution to get money out of politics. But 357 votes are required. That's like pushing a 6-foot boulder up a pyramid. In 2012, Colorado passed a ballot measure by 74%, but nothing was ever done. It was like asking a nephew to do your laundry. The third option is a convention of states. Our Constitution says that if 2/3 of all state legislatures ask for a convention, then Congress must call one. 2/3 of 50 is 34 states. But the latest Convention of States effort has stalled at 19 states. Why? Because of fear. Fear is a powerful thing. The Convention of States resolution was successful until people started asking questions, like, what is to prevent other constitutional changes? Or the entire Constitution being changed? Those are good questions. But there is a solution. A nonpartisan, limited Convention of States. What does that mean? Let me tell you, it means the state resolution has wording to abort so that if the convention discusses or passes proposed amendments that are off topic, then the deal is off. Here's what some influential people are saying. Lawrence Lessig, a Harvard Law professor, has said, a constitutional convention is the one final plausible strategy for forcing fundamental reform onto our Congress. Mark Levin of the nonprofit called Convention of States said, calling it Article 5 convention is the only solution as big as our nation's problems. Mike Kelly of Project Leapfrog said, a nonpartisan limited, remember the abort clause? Limited Convention of States will not run away and can fix our republic. So what happens post-convention after amendments to the Constitution are proposed? Well, 3/4 of all the state legislatures must now ratify, meaning approve, each proposed amendment. That's 38 states. When that happens, our Constitution will be amended. Woo! Are you as exhausted as me? Well, wait a doggone minute. Before we can balance the budget or set term limits or even think about reproductive rights, we must get corporations' money out of politics first. That means amending the Constitution so the rights are only for people, not artificial organizations like corporations or nonprofits or super PACs. And we need to say money is not free speech and that campaign finance limits are okay. Then our Congress will get back to serving real people, not their re-election campaign. Are you with me so far? We have only 2 more slides to go. So getting 2/3 of state legislatures to call for a limited convention of states takes a little bit of planning and roll up your sleeves work. Luckily, most state legislatures have in the past either passed resolutions to have a convention or to ask Congress to amend the Constitution. We have that data in public records. So here's what we need to do: create, meet, and implement. First, we create a state resolution for each state from our master resolution template. This is being done as we speak. The wording includes a bipartisan call for a limited convention of states with the abort clauses. Secondly, we meet the previous sponsors of similar resolutions. We get their support along with that of a drafting attorney and the state attorney general. Thirdly, we implement, in other words, legislate. That means we stand outside state capitals. We attend marches, go to committee hearings, and finally attend legislature sessions to show our support. And I mean in large numbers, not just you and your cousin Larry. So we got some work to do. We cross the aisle, show the slides, reuse resolutions and reuse sponsors. We get young state legislators. We create synergy, and we get state attorney generals. Thus, we have created ProjectLeapfrog.org. Check out our website or look for us on Facebook and Instagram. If you haven't already, go to the website and check Join to join our team. And maybe click the donate button too. And then you got to tell at least 2 of your friends or family that share your passion for change. Project Leapfrog, the fastest way to a better future. Will you take the leap?